Good morning children, welcome back to the class. After a long time, we were having practice session, exams, and afterwards there was not having a science class for 3 sessions. Then I gave you some lab activities as well CW and HW. But many of the children are not responding for the homeworks. Lab activity is your project work. So these marks will be added in the formative assessment. So sometimes I am going to give you lab activities. If we are having record books, we could have written the record books in the classes. Now we don't have classes and we are not writing the record books. But in the notes you can write whatever I am giving in the homework. And you should learn the diagrams. Diagrams are very important. So before the exams, we were in lesson number 11, respiration in organisms. Right. About the discovery of carbon dioxide, discovery of oxygen. What does our breath contain? It not only contains the oxygen, but it also contains the nitrogen and other gases. And we have learned about the gases. Now, breathing in other animals. We are going to continue our lesson. Page number 108. So, breathing in other animals. Fish. Did you observe any time fish? If you have an aquarium, you can observe it. What does a fish do? It continuously open its mouth, right, and close its mouth. So, in water, the fish continuously open its mouth and closes. Why? Why do the flaps on the both sides of the head alternately open and close? You can see in the picture, this one is called as flaps. If you look below the flaps, you will see the red color gills. These are the respiratory organs of the fish. So the flaps on the both sides of the head. This is the head, and the both sides of the head you can see the flaps. Under the flaps, that is below the flaps, you can see the red color gills. And what does this gills do? These are the respiratory organs of the fish. And what is the respiratory organ in our body? Lungs. And we breathe through our nostrils. So in the same way, the fish is having gills in red color, and these are called as the respiratory organs. The water that enters the mouth and flows through both the gills as it comes out of the flaps. The water that enters from the mouth. So the water enters from the mouth and it passes through both the gills and it comes out through the flaps. The gills absorb the oxygen. What does these gills do? These are the respiratory organs, and they will absorb the oxygen which is dissolved in the water. You know that oxygen is present in water. So the oxygen that is dissolved in the water will be absorbed by the gills. This oxygen is carried to the different parts of the body. So the oxygen that the respiratory organ of the fish gills are absorbing, what happens? This will circulate throughout the body. Now next we are going to learn about the frog. So till now we have learned about the fish. Now about the frog. You can see picture figure number 8, frog. In class 6 we have studied that the frog is able to stay on land, in water and even in underground. How does it manage to do so? To breathe on land, it has lungs. While it goes deep underground and sleeps twice every year, its moist skin takes over the function of its lungs. So frog is an amphibian. Frog is called as an amphibian. What is an amphibian? The animal that lives both in water and on land. It can survive in the water as well as it can survive on land. This type of animals are called as amphibian. So we have learned several times that frog is called as an amphibian. So how does it maintain its breath in water as well as on the land? When it is on the land, it is having the respiratory organs, lungs, like humans. Like humans, it is having lungs. So because of the lungs, it will breathe air when it is on the land. And when it is under the water, it uses its gills. It is also having the gills, as well as the skin of the frog is very moist. The water Frog stores its water in the skin itself. It does not take in much water, so the skin is very moisty. So because of the moist skin, it can also stay underground and it will sleep twice every year. So during this period what happens? It takes over the function of its lung. So when it is in the sleep, the function of the lungs is taken by the moist skin. And in the baby frogs are tadpoles. So when the frog gives birth to a small one, the early stage is called as the tadpole, and they are having the special organs like fish called gills. So they are having gills in the early stage. These gills help them to breathe in water by taking in the air dissolved in water. The air, that is the oxygen that is dissolved in the water, will be taken by these gills when it is under the water. Tadpoles of the frog live only in water. When the frog is very small, it is called as tadpole, and when it is in tadpole stage, it will live only in the water. But the frog lives either on land or in water. When it is grown up, the adult one is called as frog, and it will live both in water and land. Sometimes we may see frogs under the soil also. Think, how does a frog respire under the soil? So how does the frog respire under the soil? With the help of the moist skin. When it sleeps under the soil, it taking its help of the moist skin, and with the help of that it will respire, it will breathe. Now about the cockroach. A cockroach has small openings on the sides of its body. Other insects have similar openings. So cockroach is having some openings on the sides of the body. In the same way, some other insects are also having. On the underside of the cockroach, in each segment, there are small holes which are connected through respiratory tubes in the network. So it is having the connection like segments. The segments are connected to the respiratory organ. You can see here they have given clearly. These help the cockroach to breathe. The respiratory tubes are called as the holes, spiracles. The respiratory tubes are connected to small holes, and these are called as the spiracles. The network of respiratory tubes called trachea take air from these spiracles, circulate it throughout the body, collect it back and send it out through spiracles. So the respiratory tube is called as trachea, and it takes air from the spiracles, from the holes, and it's sent to all over body and send it back to the spiracles. So breathe in and breathe out is happening through the spiracles. Spiracles are like our nostrils and trachea is like our lungs. To know more about this process, you may observe a live cockroach by keeping it covered by a transparent bottle or glass. See the movements that occur in its body. What do you observe? Write your observation in a few lines. For this, we have to take a cockroach and we have to keep it under a transparent bottle or glass. Just leave the cockroach and cover it with a transparent glass or bottle. Now observe the movements, because it takes holes through its body, the holes. So if it is covered with a glass, what happens? It does not get sufficient oxygen and it cannot survive. That is, we have to observe. Next thing is about the earthworm. Earthworms breathe through their skin. Even the earthworms also breathe through their skin like a frog. It is thin and moist with minute holes. It is also moist. That means the moisture is present on the skin. And it is also having minute holes. Through the skin, air passes in and out. So it is having holes. Because of the holes, the air will pass in and out. The earthworm thus breathes through its whole body surface. Overall, the body surface is having the holes. Through whole body, it can breathe in air and give out air. Name some of the animals that breathe through their skin. You have to find out some more animals' name that breathe through their skin. So till now we have learned about the fish, frog, cockroach and earthworm. They are having different types of respiratory organs. Cockroach is having like trachea. Frog is having moist skin, lungs as well as gills. Earthworm is also having the minute holes with moist skin. and fish is having the gills. So in this way, each one is having different types of respiratory organs. Now respiration in plants. Do plants respire in the way humans do? Do plants have lungs like us? No. In human beings, gaseous exchange with the surroundings takes place through nose and mouth. Yes, we breathe in air through nose as well as from the mouth. We have studied in class 6 about the parts in plants that help in gaseous exchange. There are stomata present on the surface of the leaves and lenticels present on the surface of the stem. Yes, we have learned that on the leaves there are tiny holes which are called as the stomata. With the help of the stomata, the gases will be exchanged in the plants. And on the stem also there are called lenticels that are present for the exchange of the gas. Now they have given an experiment to find out this. Take a conical flask, fit a 2-hole rubber cork tightly in its mouth and insert glass tubes into holes. Rubber tube one of the glass tubes on the funnel on the other. You can see in the figure number 12 they have given the experiment. If the funnel does not sit tightly on the glass tube, make a funnel with an ink dropper. Fill a test tube about 1/4 with lime water and dip the rubber tube into it. Now add water to the funnel drop by drop. Keep adding water till the conical flask is filled 1/4 with water. Observe the test tube carefully while you add water. Did the lime water change its color? Now remove the water from the conical flask and put some flowers and birds in it. Fit a cork on the flask and let it stand for an hour. Now add water drop by drop to the conical flask through the funnel as you did in the previous experiment. Look carefully at the test tube while doing so. Did the lime water change color this time? After completion of your experiment, try to draw a figure of your apparatus arrangement in your notebook. You can do above experiment by taking a small rooted plant with a moist soil as its roots instead of flowers and birds, but you would have to keep a setback in the dark place. So this is an experiment. When school reopens, we'll do this experiment, okay? So again they have given here, plants respire like us, but it is difficult to observe through these experiments. We can do this experiment with the rooted plants, but it is very difficult. Both plants and animals use oxygen during respiration. Yes, plants also and animals both use oxygen when the respiration process is going on. You may have heard of big hospitals keeping cylinders filled with oxygen. If you go to an hospital, you can see the big cylinders that contains oxygen. When a person has breathing problems, he is given a oxygen. An oxygen mask is fitted to the nose and the mouth of a person, and a rubber tube connects the mask to the oxygen cylinder. When person is not able to respire by own, then they will connect the mask to the cylinder. Sometimes the patient is given oxygen during an operation also. So this happens in our daily life. So today's homework is that textbook page number 111. They have given the first bit as fill in the blanks. 3 fill in the blanks they have given, and second question and third question you have to write. What is respiration? How it is different from breathing? Frogs breathe through their skin as well as their lungs. Explain. So 3 fill in the blanks, and the second question and third question you have to learn and write one time. This is your homework. And please send your homeworks in time. If you send it later on and some are not writing your names also while sending, that I cannot take at the right time. So afterwards I'll take it. But don't neglect, send it in a proper time. Thank you.